Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we're back here, and it seems that Anheuser Busch is really going for the juggler. Now, I understand that I've been doing a lot of Anheuser Busch stuff and a lot of Bud Light, but as I keep on saying, it keeps on getting crazier and crazier every single day almost because it seems like it's a big revelation. Now, there's some things that some people are talking about that's not a big deal, which I don't really want to talk about because it's kind of pointless. But this is kind of a big deal. We have this where, finally, they disavowed Dylan Mulvaney. But we're going to go over a few things onto why never to trust them, because it seems that it may be all a ploy to try to get you guys to, purchase their stuff. So here at this YouTube channel, JM Reports, we try to get the full evidence out there as much as possible, with maybe a few hiccups here and there. But, of course, without further ado, we have this. Anheuser Busch CEO finally disavows Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light partnership and says it was not a campaign after a firm sent letter to retailers blaming an outside ad agency for approving it without management awareness as sales crashed 26%. I highly doubt that you were not aware of somebody doing this. That was within your own company, all right? I am not aware of, I highly doubt this is the case, especially with ad videos. I think that if you're doing ad videos or what have you, it should be going through, maybe through the CEO or COO or what have you, in my personal opinion, of how things go through. I was like, oh, I'm going to post that's like saying like, oh, I'm going to post a video of kids being groomed or stuff, or kids being sexualized, and then all of a sudden like being like, oh my god, that's a problem, or that's not a problem, or whatever, or we didn't know about it. I was like, no, you would possibly know that video is going to go through, despite the fact of from being another branch. So I don't take that as an okay thing. The CEO of Anheuser Busch has uncriminally disowned the disastrous Dylan Mulvaney stunt, insisting it was not a campaign, as a letter to retailers says it was just one can. Global boss Michael Douglas addressed the mass backlash over working with trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney, 26, for the first time in earnings with investors on Thursday. Douglas told investors there is misinformation spreading on social media about the company's team up with Mulvaney, according to Fox News. This is them just trying to cool down the fires, cool down the jets, really try to quell the fire, and it's not working. I don't think it's going to work because the average American, is not idiots. You may be able to confuse and trick the idiot far leftists that are too stupid to think for themselves, but with the rational, normal, everyday working American, we're not that dumb. So you could try a lot harder than just being that incredibly stupid. He added that the company is providing direct financial support to the frontline workers impacted by the boycott. Duker said, "We need to clarify the fact that there was one camp, one influencer, one post, and not a campaign. We will continue to learn, meet the moment in time, be stronger, and we work tirelessly to do what we do best. Bring people together over a beer and creating a future of more cheers." Investors were also told by Douglas that Bud Light will triple its marketing spend this summer in a bid to woo customers back to the tarnished brand. I wonder what that would be. Because so far, the one thing that you tried to do was have girls dancing in the rain drinking Bud Light, and that didn't go over well. That actually just put in a backlash. So what is this great campaign or ad that you're going to do that would really get us back into wanting to buy Bud Light? Now, on top of the fact that I think the beer is garbage, but other than that, I don't see how this is remotely going to bring people back. You tried that once before, you failed, and you're thinking that maybe this will bring people back. Well, Mr. CEO, I'm about to burst your bubble, because I am not going to allow you to lie and trick my audience or people of this nature to make sure that people will buy your product when you're going to absolutely lie to them. The disastrous marketing bid has been sales for American flagship per beer plummet 26%, despite Anheuser Busch reporting first quarter earnings of $1.65 billion. Let's bring that to $500 million or $700 million, and then keep bringing a bit down. Get our goals up in order, people, because we know what we want. We have Douglas' comments came as a letter was sent to retailers, bars, and restaurants by Grey Eagle, which distributes Anheuser Busch products around St. Louis. It read, Anheuser Busch did not intend to create controversy or make political statement. In reality, the Bud Light can be posted by social media influencers that spread all the conversation was provided by an outside agency without Anheuser Busch management awareness or approval. Again, I already explained onto how that could possibly be asinine. I know a lot of the things that would be pushed for us would is not ideal. Of course, I do see to where maybe you could have that issue. Is because where I had an issue with my esports where people post something that didn't seem good positive review. It seemed to be negative. But, you know, to each their own. But most of the stuff should be addressed and brought up to normally that stuff is brought up to the CEO or COO or one of the heads that are about the stuff and is brought and you relay it to say that's an A-okay or not okay. So, yeah. Since that time, the lack of oversight and control over marketing decisions has been addressed, and the new VP of Bud Light Marketing has been announced. Bud Light's VP of Marketing, Alyssa Henderson, took leave, blah, 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 blah. So this is just pretty much recap. So we're not going to do the recap here. We have Anheuser Busch CEO shifts blame on Bud Light Dylan Mulvaney ads, not a formal campaign. So it's like we need to clarify the fact that this was one can and one influencer, one post, not a campaign. Michael Kikoris still co-invested during the earnings call. Jokers went to decry the difference of information, blah, 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 blah. So yeah. So during the week ended April 2022, the most recent industry data available, Bud Light had sales plunged 21% versus a year ago, starting from a 17% slide week earlier. So yeah, it's not doing great, and it's actually collapsing. And of course, we all know that. So we have here as well from Fox Business CEO, this is Anheuser Busch from Bud Light, Dylan Mulvaney, controversy, not a formal campaign. We have more here that we have Bud Light maker compensates workers targeted in Dylan Mulvaney backlash by giving, of course, the free beer, which, as I went over in my last video, that's not really that the free beer doesn't really mean anything when when you have to pay X money for the company to for all the stuff and you're losing sales. That doesn't really help anybody. Okay, cool, you got a free shitty beer that nobody wants to drink or buy. So there you go. Anheuser Busch will also continue support of LGBT rights organizations, said the company's chief executive, Michael Kikoris. The situation impacts really the frontline workers than anybody else, he said during an interview Thursday. Think about the truck drivers, the delivery people, the sales reps, merchandisers. Those are people that are the fabric of our business. They are family and neighbors. So yeah, it says, they also said they were going to continue the support of LGBT rights organizations. Now, it depends on what they mean by rights, so we have to be very clear here. So if they're going to continue to support the LGBT rights organizations, let's still not give them money, because, again, that means they still want to support Dylan Mulvaney, and they still want to support some of the things that's going on, so let's not allow them to do so. The Wall Street Journal earlier reported that the company planned to boost marketing spending on Bud Light, among other steps, to contain the fallout from the promotion. Bud Light's delivery drivers, sales representatives, and independent distributors have been confronted by angry people in the streets and bars and stores. The brewery is paying $500 bonus to each of those workers, $500 cents. So they're at least doing something monetary-wise. We have this here. Bud Light is hoping free cases of beer will smooth over to any tensions with its seller after Dylan Mulvaney backlash. Well, you have that here. They're going to try to smooth it over by free beer cases, but obviously that is not going to go well. It says, model who shot Bud Light can says company is targeting children. Says here, with the Dylan Mulvaney thing, with him being put on a Bud Light or can or whatever, that was literally because his target audience is children, she said. So they're trying to get that next generation of beer drinkers to think like, oh, this shit is okay. Okay, so her comments follow weeks of criticism and calls to boycott Bud Light because of its partnership with Mulvaney, who uses her pronouns in a social media promotion. On April 1st, Mulvaney posted a video featuring customized Bud Light can with her face on it, with his face on it to celebrate a 65 day milestone in his transition to becoming a woman, a fake woman, by that means. So yeah. We have, even they were trying to target kids, which is not okay. Last time I checked, you're not supposed to target kids with adult content or alcoholic beverages, but they are doing so anyways. So, at the end of the day, guys, do we really want to start advertising to children? Do we want to keep on supporting this company that says they're still going to support LGBT rights in terms of what that also has to be explained, right? If they have the freedom right to go to work, freedom to be able to live in life without being accused, yeah, that's fine. But anything else than that, that's a problem, and it shouldn't really be a thing. Like, maybe pushing to be transgender is not really a good thing. But other than that, guys, it seems that this is not going too good for Bud Light, and they're in desperation mode, and let's keep up the flame. Alright, guys, that's the video. Like, subscribe, share, as always, take care.